So Chef Hiro, what went into making this red mullet dish?
This red mullet from French, and actually I'm not take off to the scale. I put to the hot oil, so be crispy,
Yes.
and then the meat is juicy, and then put onto this yellow sauce, which is a mullet roll. I heard to the this wines matching with the food.
Yes.
So very challenge for to the very fishy.
So you added it to make it more challenging.
It is. I'm a little bit evil chef, so.
He's an evil chef. We have our third and final contestant of today, Jackalho from La Maison. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
So what wine have you selected for us today?
It's a generic champagne non-vintage.
So tell us why you chose champagne.
Because the dish is have so many layers. The flavor is very complex but delicate. So in my mind, I only think about the Bourgogne and also the champagne. So due to the budget, I go to the wine shop and I find a very suitable champagne. First of all, I will use the white wine glass to serve the champagne because I would like to enhance the aroma. And most of the champagne, the bubbles is so aggressive, but white wine glass can moderate a bit. So it can give more like a mousse texture. It will more match with the fish.
Yeah, I think there was nothing wrong with this pairing. I thought it was very, well chosen and almost very safe. But this is a very good pairing because they are complementary.
And welcome back to In Vino Veritas Season 2. I'm Anthony Sandstrom, and this is my wonderful co-host, the Master of Wine, Jeannie Cho Lee. Wow, time has really flown by, and we're now at our final preliminary challenge. And we will soon see which sommelier will make it to the final showdown.
Well, I think it's been an amazing season. We've had 18 contestants, some really top quality sommeliers who really knew what they were talking about. They knew about wine, they knew about food and wine pairing. We've had some interesting wines, from the white dry wines from Jura to the traditional Burgundies, but even value for money wines as well.
And for today's challenge, we're going to have French red mullet, but it's going to be prepared in a Japanese style. So Jeannie, when you consider Japanese type cuisine versus the Western cuisine styling, is it going to be more difficult for the sommeliers today?
Well, I don't think so. Traditionally, you have Japanese style of cooking, which is very pure, ingredient driven, so it's not as challenging with all the sauces that you might find in northern China or in Southeast Asia, for example. So I think it could be pretty straightforward, but today Chef Hiro told me that he made it a little bit more challenging than your typical just grilled or pan-fried red mullet, so we'll have to see.
And that's perfect timing because this is our last preliminary challenge. So sommeliers, do your best, have fun, and we'll see who makes it to the final showdown. So let me introduce our three sommeliers for our last preliminary challenge. First is Jackalho, Boyan Radulovic, and finally, James Wong.
I'm Jackalho, the sommelier of La Maison. I would like to be a sommelier because I do enjoy the food and wine matching. And food and wine matching really helps the customer to enhance the enjoyment for the whole dinner. To be a good sommelier, to me, I think listening and the presentation is very important. Because eventually it's not only food and wine, but person and wine. So you better listen and try to understand the customer and match a suitable wine for them.
My name is a kombu stick sauce mixed together. That is challenge for today's event.
All right, sommeliers, thank you for joining us. As you can see in front of you, very interestingly prepared, quite unique, but obviously delicious. It's Japanese red mullet. James, I can see you're looking hungry over there. So, sommeliers, this is your chance. Try.
In my mind, I would choose a medium body to full body white wine or a light body red. To do the food and wine matching is something for public. It's not only for the serious wine lover. So lower budget can make more people to enjoy the food and wine matching. So that is pretty cool for me.
All right, sommeliers, now that you've had a chance to taste this divine dish, I'm now going to give you the budget for the wine that you need to pair with this great Japanese red mullet. $300.
Oh, $300? Really?
That's it. So our last preliminary challenge, we want to make it a little bit special for you. So, as you know, you have 60 minutes and bring back a bottle of wine. Don't drop it. $300 is your budget. Is there any questions? Are you ready to go? All right, competition begins now.
Today is the most difficult sommelier challenge. Among all the challenges we've had, nobody had a budget of such a small amount, 300 Hong Kong dollars. They had a limited budget, not that many choices, and Chef Hero today has created a mullet with not just the flesh and the crispiness of the skin, but he's added a fishy flavor, which used when making the sauce for the mullet roe. So there's going to be some interesting elements here. So what we want is really a wine that has good freshness, that can cut through this fishy taste of the mullet, and also be able to provide a nice contrast, perhaps a hint of herbs or citrus.
The budget for today's challenge is our lowest budget yet, at just $300. And today's restaurant is located in a tricky area, Hung Hom. Where will the sommeliers go? Actually, a better question would be, where can they go? Next, we will follow James and Jackalho on their wine selection. They went to the same wine shop. They're not going to risk being stuck in any traffic jam and have stayed in Hung Hom. But that's not a very big wine store. What type of wine will they pick? We just started our last preliminary sommelier challenge. The sommeliers need to search for a wine to pair with red mullet dish with a budget of only $300. James and Jackalho went to the same wine shop. What did they pick? James is the most experienced sommelier of today's challenge, and he doesn't mind sharing a lot of his knowledge and opinions with Jackalho. The budget is the main concern for the sommeliers in today's challenge. Look at Jackalho. He keeps picking different bottles, and he's finally settled on a champagne.
Yeah, I think I will do something special.